Hey everybody, thank you for taking the time to watch my channel, and let's get right into it. So now I already know this is most likely going to turn some heads a little bit, but please don't shoot the messenger. As you know, my channel past, present, and most people have seen it. I changed it to Gnosis. I'm only here to give you guys history, and whether the history contradicts anything, hey, I'm just here to deliver the facts. And I always say, please, we have technology out now, so please do your research. Don't go listen to people or anything like that. Hear what I say and just go do your research. But anywho, let's get right into it, because that's going to be the main thing for this. U.S. Museum Dead Scroll collection found to be fakes. Yes, people, you've just seen it here. A collection of the supposedly valuable Dead Scroll fragments on display at the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. have been found to be fake. After 6 months of analyst experts released a 200-page report detailing the fragments were forged, like made from old shoe leather. Wait a minute, I'm going to just stop right there real quick. You're telling me that you have one of the most important artifacts from late antiquity, and you guys didn't do your due diligence? And you're telling me that it was most likely made from old shoe leather? That doesn't sit right with me. Each exhibits characteristics that suggest that they are deliberate forgeries, the analyst said in a statement. The scrolls are a set of ancient manuscripts of the Hebrew Bible. The first of the scrolls were found in the caves in Qumran on the western shore of the Dead Sea in 1947. They were reportedly first discovered by young Bedouin shepherds searching for lost sheep. The discovery is considered to be among the most significant archaeological finds in history. And just to give you quick, yes, the Dead Sea Scrolls were found in a cave because they were afraid of the oncoming attack, so they wanted to preserve these texts. So that's real quick that I want to give it. The majority are held in a collection by the Israel government. The fakes were among the most valuable artifacts in the museum of the Bible's collection. Yes, because it gives the Hebrews back their history right here in the early formations of their culture. So this is really important. These artifacts are really important and costing $500 million. The museum was opened by evangelical Christian and billionaire Steve Green in 2017. And you guys can see here pictures. Most new held in Ezra, a set of ancient manuscripts of the Hebrew Bible. Now, this is where it gets crazy. Mr. Green has not disclosed how much was paid for the 16 fragments, but similar authentic artifacts may be sold for millions. After an exhaustive review of all the imaging and scientific analysis results, it is evident that none of the textual fragments in Museum of the Bible's Dead Sea Scroll collection are authentic, said the head of the investigation, Khalid Lal, of Art Fraud Insights in a statement. People, this museum is held highly for their artifacts of antiquity, and now they are telling us that the head of investigation, Colette Lowell of Art Fraud Insights, said that the collections are since 20 kidding me? Oh, two previously unknown textual fragments believed to be biblical artifacts belonging to the Dead Sea Scrolls surfaced on the antiquities market. The Museum of the Bible purchased 16 of these fragments from 4 individual private collectors. 13 of these were published by a team of scholars in 2016 to provide a comprehensive physical and textual description of the fragments, the analysis wrote. Listen to this, at the time of publication, no scientific examination of the museum scroll fragments had been carried out. Come on. Hold on a minute. Let's take another breather. You guys just bought 16 of the most, a few of the most important documents, artifacts of antiquity when it comes to the Hebrew lineage. And you didn't do your due diligence. You You didn't want to verify this? Come on, people. Like, let's use our head now. Like, you just spent how much on these documents? So I'm going to sell you something for high grade. I'm going to give you, let's see, a nice phone laptop. You know what I mean? I give it to you. You know, you don't know what it's worth or anything like that. I just tell you about it. You hear so highly about it, but I give it to you. And you pay top dollar for it. And you didn't look into it just to make sure. I give it to you, and you didn't even look into it to make sure, is it the right model? Is it really the Core i7 or the Core i5? You just see the outside of the material of it. Like, come on, people. There's no way that they made this big mistake and dropped the ball. This is why you need to do your research, people. This is crazy. I'm going to continue. Since publication, scholars have expressed growing concern about the authenticity of these fragments. To make convincing fakes, researchers estimate the forgers coated the scraps with a shiny amber material, most likely an animal skin glue. They got tricked by animal skin glue. But wait. These are masterful, craftful forgery people. Yeah, but like I just explained to you, I'm buying something for top dollar. You best believe I'm going to make sure after grabbing I'm going to make sure I do my evidence to make sure this is what I paid for. So that excuse is thrown out the window. And especially when it comes to these highly sought and highly important documents of late antiquity, people. I mean, early antiquity, I apologize. Late antiquity is far back into the BCs. This is around CE. Apologize. But yeah, early antiquity. I mean, this is just damning right here. This news right here. And the exhaust report was a product of a 6-month effort, including 3D microscopes, infrared spectroscopy, and energy dispersive X-ray analysis. Part of the same collection had already been removed from display after tests in October 2018. And look where this is coming out, people. And I've known about this. Found them to be inauthentic too. Holy. These earlier tests were ordered after biblical scholars who examined 13 of the museum's previously unstudied fragments said there were a high probability that a number of them were modern forgeries. I can't make this stuff up, people. This is BBC. I think I forgot to present that in the beginning. But yeah, it's straight coming out of BBC. And this was not the first time the museum's owner had faced controversy. You know, nah, man. Nah, here's the kicker, man. Here's the article with the kicker. In 2017, Mr. Green's company, the Hobby Lobby, paid a $3 million fine. Not one, not two, $3 million fine. And returned thousands of items after the U.S. Department of Justice accused it of smuggling artifacts from Iraq. You know what, people? This is crazy. I can't believe what I just read. And I know most of my viewers, you guys most people never seen this document. Where is this in the news? 2018. I mean, passed by, flew by, but nothing under the radar. Was that a reason for that? I feel like they just kept this this information came out, but they just brushed it off to the side. If you know what I'm saying. I mean, like, this is what I mean. And like, news fluctuates so fast, people. As you've seen, there's news going on everywhere. This happened over here in this state, going on in this country. I mean, like, sometimes you just got to take a break and step back and kind of just choose and nitpick on really what news that you want to digest. Because some of this stuff like that goes underneath the rug. And for me as a historian, that I do my own research. And I'm glad for that, because I tell my viewers and everybody, please do your own research. It's not hard. We all have accessibilities to the internet. I mean, like, as I keep saying, Age of Aquarius, people. You know what's coming up next. But anywho, and don't even get me started. And if you keep doing your research, which I keep saying, you'll see even, because there's actually an updated article pertaining to the 8 artifacts that they said were fake and that the rest were real. Well, behold, all 16 Dead Scrolls in the Museum of the Bible are fake. And this is what I mean, people. You've got to do your research. The information is there. And I'm going to read some of it. All 16 Daily News, link is in the description. All 16 Dead Sea Scroll fragments displayed in the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. are fake. The museum announced Friday in a press release. And I'm going to skip down because it pertains a little bit to the old one. But here's where it gets pertaining to the old one right here. Previously, in October 2018, the museum announced that the tests of 5 of the 16 fragments have revealed they were inconsistent with true Dead Sea Scrolls. These scrolls are not similar to the 100,000 real fragments in the Israel Museum in Jerusalem. They came into the market after 2002, among dozens of other fragments that experts now believe may all be fake. And it gives you account of how they found the Dead Sea Scrolls. But after 5 tested fragments showed ungodly inconsistencies, as I said earlier, they didn't do their due diligence, people. They didn't do it. Most highly sought out late antiquity products, items, I believe. You know what I mean? They didn't do their due diligence. But here's the kicker again. The DC Museum scrolls were written on a leather, unlike the real scrolls, which were written on parchment. So there was actually physical differences. And no one actually thought to be like, hey, maybe this is different. Why is it on this type of? No. Oh no, we bought it for a high price. Hey, it's cool. It looks good. Looks good. Scrolls which were written on parchment, art fraud insights discovered. The leather, however, was actually the most legitimate part. Oh, cool. The leather. It's not funny, man. As a truly ancient leather that he'd been treated to look like parchment. The scripture, however, was the dead giveaway to investigators that the scrolls were forgeries. Nate Geo reported microscopic analysis showed suspicious tiny ink pools in the letter's cracks. Ink pools that wouldn't have been there and had ink been applied while the documents were still intact. Many scholars now believe most of, if not all, listen to this. Many scholars now believe most of, if not all, the 70 Dead Scroll fragments that have appeared on the market since 2002 are fake. The Museum of the Bible plans to remove the fragments from display. There it is, people. You have this highly museum credible people, researchers, buying fake relics and didn't even have the audacity, didn't even have the freaking strength to think about, let's just make sure that this is okay, this is authentic. Let's hire some people. We have the money. I mean, we damn near just paid $50 million. But that just goes to show you, people, how about all this information is there, and that how these artifacts are just, some of these are like forgeries. So you've got to watch out. You have to do your research, people. But yeah. So I don't know. This news very alarming. So, and like I said, my channel, Past, Present, and Future Gnosis, talk about ancient history. When it came to the Greeks, Romans, to the Egyptian, everything's open in history, and this includes this. So Does that mean some history is not what they say it is? Let's take a second to think about that. But anywho, I'll be making more videos pertaining more to Bible scriptures and the Nag Hammadi scriptures also for the Gnostics. So be on the lookout. There's more to come and more alarming information that I have for you all. So please like and subscribe, and more is on the way. But what did you guys think about this? Is this alarming to you? Any of you knew about this information? Let's talk about it in the comment section. But other than that, I'll see you guys on the next video.